What's up, gamers? It's Old School Fool, and today we're doing a little hot summer gaming action review, and we're going to be doing a review with the new Topspin 3 Tennis by 2K Sports. For the most part, we'll break it down real simple. This is a fairly decent game. This game follows suit from, obviously, Topspin 2, and has a lot of different offerings. The first we'll notice is that when you pop the game in, you get this one track, which I must admit, it's a frustrating track to consistently listen to this track. This music track I was not a fan of. I tried looking for other different tracks in this game, surfing around for different music, because the instruction booklet says there is more music, but I could not find any tracks. So there's no sound selection. The next thing is, the other offering is, and which is obviously a positive one, is the player creator mode. Now, the player creator is very detailed. I mean, this game has immense detail. Everything from the face structures, bone structures, clothing, hair, you name it, it all has here, like most creative characters do. However, during gameplay, I've never seen such detail to character. I mean, this is immense. I played it on a regular TV set, and I played it on HD, and obviously, regular TV sets, graphics are excellent, but if you played in HD, you could see, like, surreal details, like the sweat from Sharapova, the girls who are wearing, any type of halter tops, guys, they sweat through their shirts. I mean, by the end of the third set, it honestly looks like they've been working on a car all day long. I mean, it's like they're dripping sweat. It's just very, very detailed graphics. I mean, the graphics themselves are superb, I must say. Definitely a good job here in the graphics department. I was definitely entertained by watching the graphics. I mean, even on the replays, especially the replays are extremely impressive. But in-game, no frame rate loss whatsoever. I mean, it looks just as good as the cutscenes. And I was very pleased with the graphics. Now, let's continue onward. The next thing we have here is the gameplay. Now, obviously it's tennis, and you have all your characters. I mean, pretty much everybody's here, from Sharapova, Tommy Haas, Philippoussis, Moonfels, Voss. We have a ton of your favorite. I mean, I don't know all the major players. I am a tennis fan, somewhat. I don't play tennis that much. I'm probably pretty bad, but I do enjoy a good classic tennis title. And like I said before, we'll get onto the gameplay here. You'll notice this is obviously a very arcade-ish-looking game title, similar to Virtua Tennis, but there are a few minor differences. Here, now, I've noticed with the gameplay, it takes a little use to getting controls. I noticed all the character models are pretty much the same. I mean, aside from them looking super detailed and all of them having their own body structures and, outfits and... all the stances are very similar. So if you look in the front, the front characters opposed to the back characters, you're playing 2-on-2. You notice the two front guys have the same exact stance when they're running. When they're actually standing still, they actually have the same exact stance. The two guys in the back, if one's not serving, they have the same stance. It's almost like they put super detail into other things, and other things they totally left out. For instance, like the ball boy. Now, what is he doing? He's just kind of sitting there, like, waiting around for the ball. And what happens? Bam! The ball hits the net. The ball boy just sits there. If you were asking, if that was my ball boy, I'd send him right off the court. He's not doing anything. He should be getting the ball. It's small little details like that obviously, maybe it's not a big deal to some other gamers, but I felt like as if definitely it's such a realistic looking game would definitely add to the realism of a title like this, and it's definitely needed. So there's other things that lack detail, like the fact that Bullboy kind of just sits there in the corner looking like a small rabid dog. Aside from that, like I said, the controls take some getting used to. All the characters kind of run at the same pace. Everybody's specials, not that they really have any definite specials, but a lot of the characters are, to do any type of underhand or backhand fancy moves, it's a real challenge. I mean, they have a whole training mode to this, and I was probably going to be more successful at training myself in real tennis by the time I've actually watched this, tutorial enough to try to actually do some real tennis moves. So, I mean, especially when you're in the action and you're on, a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or even a 4-on-4, alternating with the computer and real characters, there's really no way for you to really master these controls. I mean, at times I felt very frustrated. I mean, it's really cool. They have, the actual the stress meters, their heart rate, so if they're running around a lot. But they're not really running because, I mean, you could serve the ball on one side and all of a sudden you never actually get to the ball because they're just not. No one has an advantage. Some games, some of the characters had advantages. Like Haas was a little well-rounded. Philippoussis was maybe a little faster. Other guys had a stronger backhand, but everybody is pretty well-rounded. There's no difference. So pick who you like because there is no difference in character selection. Overall, I felt like this was definitely a big downfall, is the fact of the controls, trying to get used to the controls. Some of the other positives of this game was the career modes. Career modes are pretty cool. I mean, you can win some money from winning matches, and then go into stores and shop for real-life clothing that all look the same from different brands, with all the different stores. That's a pretty cool object. I was pretty happy with that. The online gameplay, definitely very smooth on both networks, both PS3 and Xbox Live. I have no complaints there whatsoever. Overall, this isn't a solid tennis title, though. The controls, it just doesn't make the grade for me. It makes me a little frustrated. I felt like they should have worked on the soundtrack a little more. Should have put a little bit more upbeat soundtrack, make me a little more excited. Sometimes if I didn't get a volley back and forth, I kind of was like, oh, okay, well, when is this going to end? But I mean, if for the simulation, if you're more of a simulation type tennis guy, you really want more realistic tennis playing action. You don't want to go back and forth all night. Then I guess this 2K Sports Topspin 3 would be for you. I'm going to give this game a 70 out of 100, mainly for the graphics. Once again, I cannot stress how awesomely done they are, especially in HD. If you have an HD hookup, watch them. It's phenomenal. It's entertaining just by itself with that. This game is a lot more fun with multiple players. 4 players, it definitely kind of offsets the whole control factor. Like I said, I'm going to give this a 70 out of 100 and a 3 lolly face. It's definitely a great game. If you want to look for this Topspin 3 by 2K Sports or other tennis games similar to it, check to the right of the video description and a link to VideoGameCentral.com. I'm Old School Fool, and here's to some hot tennis action in Topspin 3. Thanks for watching, guys, and talk to you next time.